Hey guys, it's me Zane, and today we're gonna talk about the rosette type succulents. Okay, so guys, you might notice that I'm kind of sicklish today, so that's not very good. Also, the weather is really bad right now, so my lighting is very bad as well. But don't fear at all, we're gonna have a video today. So today I thought I'm gonna talk about these rosette types of succulents. And well, as you might know, and as all we might know, there are lots and lots of types of succulents, and there are a lot of ways to actually differentiate them and make them into groups and categories. Well, today I chose the rosette type succulents as a category because, well, that's a kind of a look thing for succulents, because succulents can, for example, cacti, they can form these huge plant columns, let's say. Also, there are some other succulents which can be like creeping on the soil, or there can be some pendant succulents which actually grow on trees and they just hang down from tree branches. So there is quite a good variety of succulents, and well, my favorite look, let's say, of succulents is the rosette type succulents. And I mean, by rosette types, I mean these ones which form these little rosettes. So why do they look like this? Why don't they look like other succulents and stuff like that? Well, it's because the leaves are formed from the stem in a, well, let's say in a circle, and as the leaves are formed in a circle, the stem is growing as well. So as the stem grows, leaves are formed and grown on the top part of the stem, and as it ages, as the succulent ages and the stem is longer and longer, the bottom leaves will be shed. At first they will yellow, after it they will dry up and they will fall. And as you can see on this one, I can show you some dry leaves. I think down there at the bottom of these rosettes you can see some, well, grayish looking dried leaves there. They were as juicy and as beautiful as these leaves, these fresh leaves on the succulent. But since they were old and the succulent was growing and getting older, those leaves were shed after a time and new leaves were created at the center, at the top of the succulent. So now these rosette types of succulents, well, there can be different in a way, because for example this one which I showed you, oh, and I forgot to tell you the name. This is the Echeveria elegans, and I really like it because it's elegant, like its name suggests, I think. So I like this one because this one has a property which others might not have. This one, as it ages, the stem won't grow very tall, and this succulent won't be very leggy even after a good amount of years. So as it grows, the stem remains really short and really tiny compared to other succulents. I have here another Echeveria, and this is my Echeveria, I forgot the name, I cannot remember. This is my Echeveria, and look at those leaves. I mean, these leaves, the pattern on them is just super gorgeous, and as you can see, there is a tiny stem. So with this one, the thing is, as it grows and as it ages, it is prone to create a shorter stem, but the stem will remain this short even after a long time. Actually, the growth rate, and by the growth rate right now, I mean how tall and how fast it will get really tall. That growth rate, the elongating growth rate of this one is really long, because as it grows, the stem still remains really short, but it is more prone to get more longer than, for example, in the case of the Echeveria elegans. This one, it will create a longer stem but still short stem. And my third example here is this one. This is, well, this is not a pure Echeveria, this is a hybrid. And since this is a hybrid and it was created not only by using the Echeveria crossed with another Echeveria, but this is actually a intergeneric succulent hybrid. This one has Echeveria and also I think Pachyphytum in it, but I'm not sure about the ID, so I'm not sure about the parentage. I don't even have to bring this closer to the camera. You can already see that the stem is longer, much more longer than in the previous case. And this is mainly because of the parentage, and the parentage is not only Echeveria. Well, Echeverias tend to create shorter stems, but there are some which create really long stems. But in this case, the Pachyphytum parent was the reason why is this becoming this leggy. The look of them is still the same. They have these rosettes and they have these tiny, well, let's say compact rosettes on the top of the stems. In this case you can see the stems and you can see clearly how the stem ends and where is the compact rosette on the top of the stem. But in this case, since you are not able to see the stems, you cannot see it quite like this, you only see these rosettes. But actually this one would look like this one as well, but you cannot see that because those stems are really super short. Also, there is another succulent called the Ionian Arboreum, which is super leggy. It is well known to create super leggy stems and super leggy looks and stuff like that, because there is the really flat rosette on the top of each stem and the stem is just really super long. This plant is really known to create lots and lots of stems all over the place, and in my language it is called the bush succulent, and since it is prone to create longer stems and it's much longer and much, well, I say much taller succulent, then it would be a short stemmed succulent. Now the thing with these rosette type succulents, and especially with those one which are prone to create a stem, in the case of this one this won't happen too easily, but in the case of this one, which will create, well, sort of a stem, the thing is, if you give this one less amounts of light, the stem will more easily get elongated, since, well, succulents do this. It's called the etiolation, and I have a video about that. Check the info card in the corner and you will know what is etiolation if you don't know about that. But if it doesn't get enough sun, the stem is just more easily getting leggier. Then it would do that in like normal, regular and full sunshine, which I'm giving it right now, and I'm gonna show you that. Look at this part of the stem. All these tiny little like lines, they are the parts where leaves were grown on the stem, and after each leaf this little marking will remain on the stem. Here at this part, this little marking, this leaf remains are really far away from each other. Since when I was keeping this succulent, there was a period in this succulent's life when it was receiving less and less amounts of sunshine, and it got taller and taller, and it got leggier and leggier, and in that period it gained this little elongated part on the stem, and after it I gave it again a good amount of sunshine. After it started to get more compact. If you are talking about the stem, you can see that on this part it gained its thickness again, and the leaf remains, these little lines are again really close to each other, and this pattern that it was, and this pattern you can see this on these offsets. For example, on this one you can see that these markings are really far away from each other, and after that these markings after the leaves are really close to each other again. In the case of these leggy succulents, you can really just play around with the legginess of the stem. If you are giving it less amounts of light, the stem will be more leggier. You can play around with the look of the succulents, how you want it to look, by playing around with the amounts of light and sunshine the succulent is getting. Now I'm showing you these Echeverias and Echeveria hybrids, but in fact there is not only the Echeveria family which creates these rosette types. For example, like I said, there is the Ionian Arboreum which creates huge and beautiful rosettes. Also there is the Ionian tabuliforme, which is, I think, super gorgeous. It's just a really flat rosette and it looks super alien-y. For example, some sedums can have these tiny rosettes on the top of each stem. These agaves can be really beautiful rosette type succulents because they don't have this, like, let's say circular or round shape, because they have these really long and spiny and spiky leaves, so they look rather like a tulip, a huge bluish greenish tulip, and I think those are really beautiful as well. So it's not only the Echeveria family and the Echeveria related family which create these rosette types. So I think this is my video for today, and I really hope it was useful, and I think I showed you some really beautiful succulents. So I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, click on the like button, leave a comment down in the comment section below, and leave a comment what is your favorite rosette types of succulent and what is your favorite rosette type genera of succulents if you want to. So leave a comment. You can also subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to click on the bell button thingy so you will get notifications if I upload a new video. Also, you can subscribe to my other channel. You can find the link down in the info box, and also you can follow me on Instagram. And yeah, see you next time. Bye guys.